I acquired a dog, not just one, but dogs, because dogs are trustworthy. One, two, for security purposes, but also I needed a playmate for my sons. My sons love pets. They asked for a pet, and the closest to a pet I could get was a dog to play around with, to run around with, to shower it. They wanted everything. And then for security purposes, as you know, our area is not that secure, and it is very expensive to hire private security guards for a home, and you can't also fully trust them. So I thought acquiring a dog would be acquiring like an extra family member, but who is going to protect the family members. I'd heard a little bit about Kaisha. I think it was the first dog farm that I heard of. I'd never heard of a dog farm, so I heard of Kaisha, and I reached out to them and acquired 2 little puppies. The naming of the dogs is a responsibility of my sons. The little puppy, the Maltese, was named True. They have their reasons why they named them like that. And then Chase, I think Chase is from their cartoon series, Paw Patrol. And then later acquired Uganda. Uganda came with his name. The boys had wanted to name him Marshall, but we realized Uganda was a good name. I mean, it's our country, and it's actually Uganda. When you look at it, it is Uganda.
My favorite dog is Uganda because he's very smart, and because I love him and I care for him.
Because they were little puppies, they hadn't acquired training, so they were destructive. They destroyed my plants, they destroyed my flowers. Then True was doing its number 1 and number 2 everywhere. So for me, it became an inconvenience. So when I reached out to Kaisha, I said, no, those are things we can train the dog to do, and it stops. So once I enrolled them for training, they do training in phases. There's training on site, this is done at home, and then training off site, which is done at their site in One Hill. The training at home for Chase, it really helped, because it was to get acquainted with the surroundings, the do's and the don'ts, then a little commands here and there, and then also when they're training these dogs, they also offer some training for us on how to deal with these dogs at home, the do's and don'ts. So yes, it was a little puppy, but you could see some little bit of changes from the training that was done at home and off-site. Chess learned how to move outside of the gate to do his business. Same as for True, the destruction of plants, the destruction of things at home, taking away shoes, taking away slippers, chewing on our shoes, it stopped. Their listening skills sort of improved. They learned to listen to us more. You'll tell them sit, they'll sit, sleep, they'll sleep, go to the house, they'll go to the house. They move out of the gate to do their business. So the destruction of plants stopped, and actually had to redo a whole overhaul of planting the flowers and other plants around the house. And I've seen them grow without being distracted. So the training is really, really good. It helps them and us who are keeping them to love these dogs even more, because they stop being destructive. Instead of just having them at home and you think everything is okay, they destroy, you beat, they do the same thing, you beat. So this beating doesn't help, but the training actually does.
My favorite dog is Rocky because I love him and he plays a lot, and I love his company.
One thing I love about Kaisha is when they give you a dog, they don't just give you a dog, they follow it up, because they want to know, is the dog feeding well? Is the dog healthy? So even things that I didn't know, things like the dog has to be routinely vaccinated, they'll call you and like, hey, Carol, the dog is actually up for vaccination. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And then they'll come and actually do the vaccination. They even advise on how to feed, what to feed, when to feed. Their after-sale services are really, really good, and I appreciate that about them. I tried out their boarding services with a scare of, what if my dog comes back with different behaviors? I mean, it has seen all these other dogs. What if it comes back with infections, with other diseases? But guess what? it came back even better. Clean, sparkling, the nails all trimmed. I was like, oh, so it's actually they trimmed the dog's nails. I was actually shocked. So it gave me comfort to even send back the big ones also for boarding services, because when they do the boarding services, they do an extra touch of disinfecting these dogs, trimming them, the hairs which have overgrown their nails. So the boarding services are really, really extremely good. Especially the swimming pool. There's a swimming pool. It's not just a wash pool or a play pool. It has a number of disinfectants that kill all these germs that the dogs will have come with and the bacteria. So it doesn't just stop at dipping and washing. They dip, wash, disinfect and treat the dog. So if it has any germs, any bugs around its body, they will all be taken care of, and you'll have your dog sparkling clean but also healthy. For me, I'm really satisfied. You guys have given me a great service, and I know you're still giving a great service. I want to appreciate your team for whenever I send my dogs, they bring them much, much better.
Kaisha Dog Trainers, a total pet experience.